Sawasdee krab. Thank you for joining us for the evening edition of NBT World Brief right here on NBT and NBT World. You're with me, Nat Nakapisut. Thai authorities have stepped up security measures in NARATHIWAT province following overnight arson and bomb attacks on fuel stations across 3 southern border provinces. The NARATHIWAT Task Force has announced stricter security controls under the Martial Law Act, effective today, after coordinated attacks hit 11 locations in NARATHIWAT, Yala and Pattani. Officials stressed the measures are aimed at preventing further violence and protecting civilians, not restricting public freedom. Key measures include tighter controls at the Thai-Malaysian border crossings, regulating the movement of people, vehicles and trade, along with a curfew from 9 p.m. to 5 a.m. unless permission is granted. Authorities have also expanded search powers and area controls while urging public cooperation. 4th Army Area Commander Lieutenant General NARATHIWAT inspected the blast site at a PTT fuel station in Yala and ordered security raised to the highest level, with additional checkpoints, border patrols and forensic evidence collection to prepare legal action against those responsible. He said the attacks appeared intended to undermine the local economy, which has been showing signs of recovery from tourism and may be linked to political motives during local election day.
ต่อเรื่องดังกล่าวเนี่ยเราคงต้องมานั่งคุยกันว่าเราจะมีมาตรการควบคุมเพิ่มเติมยังไงเพราะว่าถือว่าเป็นการทำลายระบบเศรษฐกิจที่กำลังจะดีขึ้นต่อเรื่องนี้เรายังไม่ทิ้งประเด็นทุกประเด็นเรานำมาเป็นข้อมูลไม่ว่าจะเป็นเรื่องการเลือกตั้งวันนี้ที่ก่อเหตุเมื่อคืนเรื่องการเมืองท้องถิ่นเรื่องของการเมืองระดับชาติการข่มขู่พี่น้องประชาชนที่ออกมาใช้สิทธิ์หรือเปล่าอันนี้ก็เรายังไม่ตัดประเด็นครับเราจับทุกประเด็นมา
Deputy Prime Minister and Transport Minister Pipat Ratchakit Prakan also visited an attack site in Pattani to assess damage and meet affected business operators. Meanwhile, the Royal Thai Army said the Army Chief has ordered Internal Security Operations Command Region 4 to fully control the situation, ensure rapid assistance for victims and strictly enforce the law, calling the attacks deliberate, inhumane acts that threaten public safety and peace. Royal Thai Army spokesperson Major General Vinthai Suwari said the attacks were not driven by ideology but were criminal acts with no legitimate justification and urged those involved to halt actions that endangered society. The Army also called on all sectors to reject the perpetrators by avoiding any form of direct or indirect support and to cooperate with authorities by providing information that could lead to arrests in order to restore lasting peace in the region. Polls have closed in the elections for sub-district councils, with the Election Commission reporting an orderly process nationwide despite isolated violations. Election Commission Deputy Secretary General Pasakon Siri Pakayapon announced the closure of polling stations nationwide and thanked voters and partner agencies for their cooperation. He said vote counting is expected to be completed within the next 2 to 3 hours at most polling stations. Overall, the voting atmosphere across the country was described as lively and orderly, although minor violations of election law were reported at a small number of polling stations. In Nakhon Si Thammarat, officials reported an incident involving the tearing of a ballot paper at one polling unit. In the southern border provinces, where unrest was reported earlier, authorities said the incidents did not directly disrupt polling operations, though they may have affected voter sentiment at travel to polling stations in some areas. Moving on to the general election, campaigning has picked up pace as parties seek voter support ahead of the national poll in February. The Phumjai Thai Party kicked off a day-long campaign in Bangkok, starting at Lumpini Park with senior party figures, party list candidates, and Bangkok constituency candidates, marking the first time the party's prime ministerial candidate and economic team campaigned together across the capital. Party leader and prime ministerial candidate Anuthin Chanvirakul later joined walkabouts at Otogor Market and Jatujak Market, drawing crowds of supporters and tourists before riding the BTS SkyTrain to Siam Square to meet vendors and young voters, and ending the day with an electric tuk-tuk tour in Chinatown. Meanwhile, Klatham Party Advisory Chairman and Prime Ministerial Candidate Captain Thammanat Prompau campaigned at the Raheng 100-year market in Pathum Thani, highlighting water management as a long-standing problem in the Chao Phraya River Basin, while expressing confidence voters would trust his party to address the issue. Pheu Thai's prime ministerial candidate Yuchanan Wongsawat led campaigning in Bangkok's Lat Krabang district, meeting residents by motorcade and boat while urging voters to turn out on election day, saying the party remains confident of retaining its Bangkok seats despite mixed poll results. The People's Party unveiled its vision for the people's government, with leader and prime ministerial candidate Natthaphong Ruangpanyawut presenting a mission-based cabinet structure and 12 key policy priorities, ranging from economic reform and SME support to land reform, education, justice, and climate response. The Democrat Party held a major rally in Phuket, where leader and former Prime Minister Aphisit Wetachiwat promoted plans to develop Phuket into a self-governing economic hub, expand transport links in the south, and raise rubber and palm oil prices through value-added processing. At the same time, Rwam Thai Sang Chat Party leader Phirapan Salirat Vipak campaigned in Bangkok's Khan Nayao area, promoting policies to cut fuel and electricity prices, ease student debt, expand welfare benefits, and crack down on grey capital and scam networks. A new NIDA poll shows the People's Party leading early election momentum, with its leader Natthaphong Ruangpanyawut emerging as the top choice for Prime Minister. The National Institute of Development Administration, or NIDA, has surveyed 2,500 voters aged 18 and over between January 5th and 8th on public sentiment ahead of the 2026 general election. When asked who they would support as Prime Minister today, 24.76% named Natthaphong Ruangpanyawut, leader of the People's Party, followed by Anuthin Chanvirakul of the Phumjai Thai Party at 20.84%. About 14% said they had yet to find a suitable candidate, while Democrat Party leader Aphisit Wetachiwat placed fifth with 12.12%, and Pheu Thai Prime Ministerial candidate Yuchanan Wongsawat ranked sixth at 9.64%. In constituency-based voting preferences, the People's Party also led with 30.4%, ahead of Phumjai Thai at 21.96%, Pheu Thai at 15.72%, and the Democrats at 12.16%, with 8.4% still undecided. A similar trend appeared in party list voting, where the People's Party topped the poll with 30.48%, followed by Phumjai Thai at 22.32%, Pheu Thai at 15.44%, the Democrats at 12.56%, and 7.8% of respondents remaining undecided. And that wraps up this edition of NBT World Brief. Stay updated with the latest developments right here on NBT and NBT World. For more stories, simply scan the QR code on your screen to access our full coverage across all media platforms. Until next time, สวัสดีครับ